Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field, Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. Give him 4 yards on the carry. Gets him some yards back, but still 3rd and 9 upcoming. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He has the first over the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she paced the press for moving the chains that time.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. He gets a half dozen on the carry. That's also going to bring up 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB in you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Let's go.
Nix from the gun. Cut out left. On the move, past the 40. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 39. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Pass is caught at the 9. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Trying an inside give to Warren. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal.
Go!
Complete on the option. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Set! Go!
It's Nix out of the pistol. And he'll score. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Hits his running back. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. It's Herbert once more. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Dobbs. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
21.
Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That throw finds Johnston. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Chargers.
Ready.
A give now from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Man in motion here. Herbert here, 3rd and long. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Brown's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Come on, set!
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Second down carry for Algier. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
On the go! 60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Ready!
Shotgun snap to Nix. On the move, headed right. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. 7-3 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. So on 4th down, outruns J.K. Scott to send it skyward. Darius Davis returning for the Chargers. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Brings it in at the 12. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return and gets it back to the 20. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And the Chargers take possession.
Let's go.
1st and 10, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And he makes the Heffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short fields, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Hey, go Lion.
Herbert on first down. Dumped off to his running back. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
From the 41. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Running behind center with Harris. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Harris once more. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
They'll run now on second down. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. To the air this time. Herbert throwing deep for the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers making a 1-score game in the first half. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say, it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Broncos will have a first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Nix with it on first. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept at breaking up those passes.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
19 tight. Here we go, shot.
Now they send their back in motion right. Completed over the middle. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route. They get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
On third down, here's Nix. Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
And he's able to get this down to the 13. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos pushing for points. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go, here we go.
Nick's looking to throw. He's got a man left. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Go!
Putting the tight end in motion.
Go!
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Warren's got it, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Kirk comes in motion right. On 2nd down, Warren. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. One of the tight ends in motion left. Nick's now to throw. Forced out to his right. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Nix from the gun. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Herbert. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Let's go. Go. Hey, Ram.
From the 34. He's trying to push the field. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. So that brings them to 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Throwing on first is Herbert. And a man is there to knock that away.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Herbert to throw once more. That throw finds Johnston. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Go.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. He sends this one to the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off Brandon Jones.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
This is hauled in by Ingram. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And the work's already half done thanks to that return. They're taking over at midfield.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Finds Mims. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, or right at the 31. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
And he gets this forward to the 19. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 2nd down, Warren gets it again. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Out Out of the gun, it's Nix. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Set. Go.
Throwing here, Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Broken up by a big guy at the line. And that forces them to 4th and goal. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
380. 5-9, 5-9.
Now Herbert to throw. And they pick him off again. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos are going to take over after the interception. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
From the 29. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Algier running behind center. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
You know, this is an offense that will